welcome to the another episode of Lockersfirst podcast. My name is Andrei Veskimeister, and today we have a very special podcast. We have the world premiere of a new product, and not only product, but a product group, a new parcel locker with definitely new approach and design. So my guests today are Mait Mikker from PicaPac and Tanel Raun from Parcel Sea. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Good morning, Andre. It's we are doing very fine. We have launched our new product, so very happy to be here to introduce that one.
Yeah, good morning on my side as well. Great to be here.
Mike, starting with you, this product we are showing right now on the screen also is a new, not only from the technical and design point of view, but also business model point of view. So could you please briefly describe the business model and why the locker looks like that?
Yeah, so indeed, this machine is not what everybody else is used to, but our case is that we have targeted to be really close to the customer, and that's why it has fewer lockers on it. And as we are trying to get closer to the customer, the idea is that it should be a little bit different than we are used to. One of the key aspects has been also the accessibility. So indeed, we want everybody to be able to access the machine, and that's why it is not this kind of high machine, but it's lower, and it allows customers to really get the parcels out, and also even if you are in the wheelchair, you can access that one. And what in terms of business model itself, indeed this is subscription based. As you know, in Baltics the parcel machines are very common. Everybody is using them, and we believe that there is a value if the parcel machine is right behind your own home door, and that's why there is a subscription model on that one as well. We are testing it out. We are trying to find the right fit. Currently, we are going with a monthly fee of €1, and yeah.
It's really interesting to see, because really this is a new approach, and hope we are getting feedback soon how the customers are picking that up. But now back to Tanel. You are the sort of the producer of the machine, and you are making the technology. Why this is, or how do you describe the machine? What is it? Is it autonomous? Is it battery operated? Is it connected? So tell me, please, a little bit about the technology behind the locker.
All right. It's everything you mentioned. Basically, it's an autonomous battery powered locker. The battery should last for about 2 years. However, we already know it's a bit overkill, because courier companies are willing to replace batteries each year. So we just have a bit of overcapacity for new functionalities in the future, which will consume battery power. Then the microcontroller, which basically controls all the interactions in the machine, is provided to us by JetBeep. It didn't make sense to develop a new controller as we did with our last product line, because there was a very good alternative available on the market. From the user side, the couriers can control the machine by using our web app. The web app has the advantages that you don't need to make any kind of integrations with your courier systems. It's just plug and play solution. However, JetBeep controller also supports the native app approach. So if the courier company wants to make deep integrations to be able to control the machine from their own apps, this is also possible. So the idea is to really reduce the first like the obstacles with the integration, with making huge IT developments, so you can just test out the product easily. And for the customer, it's really easy. It's just a pin pad and display there, so you get an SMS message with a one-time pin code, and once you enter it, you can use the machine. And as Mait also mentioned, the most distinctive feature which Omniva asks from us is that the doors are placed vertically instead of horizontally. And as Mait mentioned, this is due to the accessibility, but also due to the fact that in Estonia we have a lot of snow. And since this kind of product is designed for suburbs, for rural areas, then you cannot really consider the snow being removed every day, which means you have these snow piles, and it has to be high above, so it's seen, and the doors are not under snow. So these are all the design criteria we had to take into account while developing the product.
Plus also, as I understand, if you have vertical doors, then they are opening with a smaller radius, and it's possible to access the machine, the locker also from the car window without going out of the car. So it is sort of additional potential use case to use this machine as a drive-in.
Yeah, and another thing, while we were designing it, we developed two concepts. One with the doors that open as the regular lockers, and the other one as we did now. We put them side to side, and we noticed that, okay, if we put them on a narrow street, then the way our doors are opening leaves you about half a meter of more space. So if you are standing in front of the locker and taking out your package, then and the locker is on the sidewalk, then another human or a stroller can go by behind your back. But with the regular locker, that was not the possibility. You would block the whole way. And this is because the locker is designed to fit into any kind of environment. It was very important that we are taking as narrow space as possible.
Okay, back to Mait. As PicaPac is a subsidiary of Omniva, then Omniva has a big locker network, and you have also already a private locker network, private housed locker. So this is a product in between of those, between big public lockers and private homes. So what is the distance? What is your ideal distance? Where you are sort of placing those lockers now?
Yeah, so we are indeed targeting to be really close to the customer, and in the industry there is this slippers distance. So so we consider the slippers distance to be 300 meters. So no more than that. So and even closer actually. We strongly believe that parcels should wait you where you want them, and most of the parcels people want at their home. And for it to really work, it needs to be really close in that sense.
And this is also your network or your locker is open for all the couriers. So basically, every courier can use it as a drop-off point for the customer.
Yeah, exactly. We are developing this as an open network, so all the couriers are welcome. We are cooperating with DHL, and also we have had discussions with other service providers as well. Everybody's very keen to participate actually, because from the courier company perspective, the areas that we are targeting is suburbias and things like that. And with those areas, the case is that courier company needs to be there in the mornings and in the evenings as well, but the distance from the distribution hubs is not that small in that sense. And with that solution, you can just drive one time to the suburbia and deliver all the shipments at once. So it makes sense for them as well.
Okay, I think a lot of people know who Omniva is, and now they understand who PicaPac is. But back to Tanel, and tell me a little bit about the Parcelsea and about this concrete model. What are you doing with that? Is it for sale for everybody who wants to have it, or what is the business model for you with that parcel locker?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Once we got our hands on the European-wide statistics of what customers prefer, and after we sold our Estonian network to Omniva, we understood really that there is a gap between the private lockers and the bigger lockers, meaning that there is a product type which it has not been done before, and together with Omniva, we could be the first one of doing that. And the main goal really is to provide courier companies a product which reduces their failed delivery attempts in those suburbs and rural regions where they don't want to drive. And even if you drive there and you cannot meet the customer, it's the more expensive for you. So currently we have launched the pilot, or Omniva has launched the pilot. And our goal is to set up this kind of networks all over the world, starting from Europe. So we are actively trying to export the model and meeting different postal carrier networks who already have post offices who have parcel lockers developed, because what we truly believe is that there is a designated area for each kind of delivery channel. The post offices are for the city centers. The parcel lockers are for high density areas at the shopping malls. But once you move away from the middle of the city, really the suburbs, rural areas, smaller apartment blocks, then there is a gap there, and we see we can fill this gap. So any locker operators who see that, okay, we really don't have a product for this, then they can turn to us and we'll help them build this kind of business model as Omniva has done in the Baltics.
Great. And now back to Mait. Everybody knows Omniva, or at least majority of the industry people, but you are actually representing sort of subsidiary PicaPac. Tell me a little bit about the PicaPac and what is the model for that brand you are developing.
Yeah, so as you mentioned as well, we are a subsidiary of Omniva, so we are 100% Omniva in that sense. However, as the business model is quite different, and we are targeting also the open network, it makes sense to make it under the different entity as well. So we have been operating for a year now, and as Tanel mentioned, indeed we started with purchasing actually the private lockers from Parcelsea, while knowing that we are targeting actually the communities themselves. And as Parcelsea had done already quite a good job in terms of developing the private solutions, so it made sense to collaborate with them, with the community as well. Currently, we are operating close to or over the 900 private lockers, and now we started with the community solutions. We have also developed the private solution further, so our private solution is basically also shareable. So if you have this kind of duplex or things like that, you can share it with a neighbor, and this is some of the new developments in terms of that. So we are seeing that indeed in the future there will be this kind of right at your doorstep machines, which is more aimed for the privates, and then a little bit further, but not so far, this kind of community solution on the streets as well. So.
Okay, thank you guys. It was really interesting talking to you. I really see that the big potential in this kind of design and setup. So thank you again. And if anybody is interested, all the contacts are below that video, so you can reach out to both of those gentlemen whether you would like to cooperate with them in managing or sharing lockers or buying the lockers from Parcelsea. So thank you again, and I wish you good luck with this product.
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.